Hey, how's it going? In this video, we're looking at all the basics of using ServiceM8 Phone. ServiceM8 Phone is a smart, cloud-based phone system integrated with your ServiceM8 account, connecting your work phone with your clients and jobs. We have separate overview and setup videos, so be sure to check them out as well. This video covers all the basics of using ServiceM8 Phone on a day-to-day basis. We'll go through some basic concepts, how to make and answer phone calls, smart features to action calls while you're on the line, basic call handling, how to record calls, accessing voicemails, how to set someone on call, diverting business calls to them after hours, and managing your availability to receive calls. With ServiceM8 Phone, your business phone is integrated with your ServiceM8 account. All staff in the business make and receive phone calls either in the field through the ServiceM8 and ServiceM8 Phone apps, or in the office through the online dashboard. All calls come in and go out through ServiceM8 Phone. You can set whose phones will ring when someone calls your business number. Their phones will all ring at the same time wherever they are, which means you can work flexibly and empower your team to work remotely. Everyone gets caller ID on incoming phone calls. If the number's attached to one of your clients in ServiceM8, the client's name will appear, so you can professionally greet them by name. You can then immediately see their active jobs with your business on screen and action the call efficiently. And for all outgoing calls from your business, you have the same outgoing caller ID number from all staff, whether they're calling from the office or from the field. This means clients always have one contact number for your business, no matter who they're dealing with. Let's look at making and receiving calls with ServiceM8 Phone. Each and every call your team makes through ServiceM8 Phone comes from the same number, known as your outgoing caller ID. This will be your ServiceM8 phone number by default, but you can set your caller ID to another number in your settings. To make and receive calls on iPhone or iPad, you need to be logged into both the ServiceM8 Phone app and the ServiceM8 app. With iPhone and iPad, you don't need to change the way you call clients to use ServiceM8 Phone. Just tap their number in ServiceM8 like you normally would, and instead of making this call using the number and service connected to your device, the call will go through ServiceM8 Phone. You can tap to call a client or contact at the top of a job card, through numbers in the job diary, in job and client contact views, and anywhere else where phone numbers are presented in ServiceM8, such as the next job widget in your activity feed. So, calling through the ServiceM8 app is the main way to initiate a call with a client, but you can also make calls directly through the ServiceM8 Phone app. You can call contacts from the Recent Calls tab with a single tap, from the Call Details view of a recent call, or from the keypad if needed. You can also use the Contacts tab to call other team members, and tap your business name at the top to call the main business number, being everyone in your business hours call group. For example, if you have more than one office or admin team member, they're all in the business hours call group, and you want to get in touch with any of them, just tap the business name and it will ring the call group. Using ServiceM8 Phone with your desktop computer relies on the ServiceM8 Phone Chrome extension. To make and receive calls online through the online dashboard, your computer must be on and awake, Google Chrome must be open, and you need to be logged into ServiceM8. Even if you're logged into ServiceM8 but have closed the tab, you're still logged into the Chrome extension, so you'll still receive calls as long as your Google Chrome browser is open. You can initiate calls from several areas online, such as through a job card by clicking the New Call button, or a phone number stored in the job diary. You can also click the down arrow on previous call records in the diary. You can click the phone icon, then Recent Calls, and click to call from here, or click Phone to dial a number with the keypad. For voicemails in your ServiceM8 inbox, just like in job cards, you can click the drop-down, then Contact Number to call back. And to call other team members, click the down arrow next to their icon, or right-click their icon in the staff schedule. Now, some important things to note on making phone calls. You can make standard calls to landline and mobile numbers in your country with ServiceM8 Phone. If you're dialing a number in another state or region with a different area code, it will need to include the area code. You can't call all types of numbers with ServiceM8 Phone. You can't make international calls or call premium phone numbers with high toll rates, so you'll still need access to a regular phone service. When someone calls your ServiceM8 phone number, it comes through to everyone in the business hours call group. It will ring for everyone in the call group at the same time on their iPhone, iPad, or computer, wherever they are. If a client saved in ServiceM8 calls your business, all staff will get the same caller ID experience with the name appearing on screen. So, whoever answers the call can professionally greet the client by name. Essentially, if the client's number matches a job contact, this is how ServiceM8 Phone pulls the name to display the caller ID. Once you've answered the call, you can see the client's most recently updated job on screen, including any upcoming bookings, and then tap to access any other jobs they have with your business. You can then tap to open the job card over in ServiceM8 and check further details or make changes while you're on the call. However, if the client has a new inquiry, you have some options. You can send them an online booking text, inviting them to complete your inquiry form, which will come through to your ServiceM8 inbox, or you can create a new job on the spot. This will start the new job wizard in ServiceM8. You can send a booking text or create a new job while you're on the call, or by opening call details after you've hung up. If you don't want to send the inquiry link or create a new job, but you still need to action the call in some way, you can tap here and send the call to your ServiceM8 inbox. These same in-call and post-call actions are also available for unknown callers. If they're not a saved contact, you won't get caller ID, but you'll still be able to send the booking links and create a new job, or send it through to your ServiceM8 inbox. If you're logged in and receiving calls online, your headset will ring as well as any external speakers on your computer. Incoming calls will pop up center of screen. If they're a saved client, the name will show, and when you answer the call, the jobs list on the right will automatically filter to all of the client's active jobs. You can also open the last updated job for the client from the phone drop-down here, or from the pop-up. Once answered, the call can be managed from the phone drop-down. You can click to show and click away to hide while you're on the call. If you're not working in ServiceM8 when a call comes in, or you don't have a ServiceM8 tab open, you'll still hear the phone ring and you can answer it by clicking the phone icon, or the notification pop-up. This works as long as Google Chrome is open somewhere and you've recently logged into ServiceM8. Calls from unknown numbers will display the number on screen. Click Create New Job in the phone drop-down to quickly open a new job card and pre-fill the new client's number. Okay, one more thing on receiving calls. It's all good that you can allocate team members to the business hours call group and have all their phones ring simultaneously wherever they are. But if you can't answer a call, then the phone stops ringing a few seconds later, you need to know if someone else answered it. If everyone missed the call, you also want to know if someone has called the client back. All this is especially important if there are field staff in the call group or where everyone is working remotely from each other, as you're not in the same room. So, if you're in the call group, the phone rings, and someone else answers it, you'll see the pop-up here to say who answered the call. On iPhone and iPad, you'll see a push notification like this. If everyone misses the call, you'll get a missed call notification on your iOS device, and in your recent calls list, it will display as a missed call both in the app and online. If someone returns the call from the recent calls list, it will update to show that the call has been returned. ServiceM8 Phone provides visibility of calls across the business and makes it easy to attach a call event to a job's diary. Recording calls against a job gives a more complete picture of communication with the client and the job's history. You can also record call audio and transcribe this to text as part of the call's record. This means you can go back and confirm instructions received over the phone and protect your business if necessary. The Recent Calls tab lists recent calls in and out. Missed call events will automatically update to show if the caller left a voicemail, or if you or someone else returned a missed call from here. Note that the ServiceM8 Phone app also provides visibility of all calls made and received through ServiceM8 Phone by all staff. Now, when you're on a call with a client, you have the option to enter a call summary. This can be used as a brief description of the purpose of the call and any action required, so you can tell what a call was about in a single glance. You can also enter a call summary after you've hung up in the call details view. So, you can enter a call summary, but where does the actual record of the call happening save to? When a call comes in from a client saved in ServiceMate and they have more than one active job, the call will automatically attach to the job most recently updated. You can click here to show all call events attached to a job. If you create a new job or send the client a booking link, the call record will attach to that job instead. Where a call attaches itself to the client's most recent job, but you want it saved against another job, go to the Call Details view, tap here, and select a different job. If you want to action it separately to a job, you can send it to your ServiceMate inbox instead. To do this online, go to the Phone drop-down, Recent Calls, and scroll down to Call History, and you can change what job the call's attached to, as well as update the call summary. It's all quite similar for outgoing calls. Calls you initiate from a job card in ServiceMate will automatically attach and save to that job's diary. So, if you're calling a client about a specific job, make sure you initiate the call from that specific job card. Calls returned from the recent calls list will automatically attach to the most recently updated job for that client. Calls to unknown contacts are not attached to any jobs, but the record is still available to review and action in Call Details or Call History online. Now, we've covered how you can see recent calls, call summaries, and how call records are saved. Let's look at recording and transcribing phone calls. In your